Michelle Monty's environmental science class is involved in a project-based learning assignment.
We already have the shovels out there and some buckets, okay? So we need to get the rest of these tools and those buckets.
In project-based learning, there is a driving question that students must find and demonstrate a solution for. The question for Monty's class: how can we create a National Wildlife Federation school habitat that supports wildlife and benefits threatened species?
They wanted to build a wildlife habitat. So it started off that way, and they wrote a grant for that. Particularly, they knew that they wanted to save the monarch, because that's really the project that we did first semester. And then second semester, when they came in, decided that yes, they agreed with that project and they wanted to do that and carry it forward. They had to make a decision of, what particular species were they going to target, or what could we do, what could we afford? And they chose that the monarch they knew they definitely wanted. And then the honeybee, from their research, they also knew that was endangered, and they put the pieces together that, hey, these guys both need the same things. So kind of, if we build it for the monarch, the bee will come also. And they realized too, well, then the hummingbirds will come. And then, so it ended up, they realized that from building this, targeting pollinators with the specific plants that they needed, that it was going to end up being a wildlife habitat, because a whole ecosystem would develop here.
After discussion, the project is now ready to be started. But in what way is creating a pollinator garden going to be effective learning?
When we went out and were picking areas, they would, measure perimeter and find area, and they had to look at the slope, and they started to use a lot of math skills. And it was funny, because when we came down to the calculations, a lot of them said, this is algebra, or, why are we doing geometry in this class? This is an elective, or something like that. And the science definitely ties in. The ELA with the writing the grants and all the research and the work that the kids have to do to get to this point, that's all ELA skills and research skills and writing skills. Historically, that comes in too with our project of the environment and the way, that it was treated and how it's treated now and why there's this problem and what caused it. So it really brings everything together, and a lot of it involves group work and teamwork and partner work.
Project-based learning is usually bigger than any one brick-and-mortar classroom. After planning and research, teams of students with specific responsibilities are now destined to actually impact their community.
Remember, it's roots or it's life source, guys, so take care of that. They're involved in a project or something where they contact and interact with people outside the school, the mayor. They contact the Wildlife Federation or universities.
A variety of vendors were also contacted to acquire materials needed to build the garden. As students progressed through the project and local media shared the story, students' impact on the community became larger. Reese's Plants had to begin special ordering specific pollinator-attracting plants to meet the demands of the community that wanted to attract pollinators, mainly the monarch butterfly.
That's the great thing I like about project-based learning is, as you're going along, you have to be very fluid, because you don't know what direction it's going to go in or what exactly is going to happen.
The students' efforts coincided with the same type of garden to be built in the town's park for the purpose of attracting monarch butterflies and other pollinators. It was arranged for the students who learned how to plant a pollinator garden via a project-based learning assignment to help establish the garden at Doco Meadows.
I'm so glad y'all are here, and I'm here because I wanted to thank y'all, and I wanted to tell y'all a few little highlights about the garden here and naturally the butterflies that will be coming. It's you're part of a nationwide effort to preserve which butterfly? Monarchs. Absolutely.
The students' project is now linked to the efforts of the town's leaders to create a butterfly festival. The festival would make Blythewood a destination for visitors.
And then at the end, of project-based learning, the big thing is that there's some kind of authentic presentation that involves the community and brings parents in and other people like the mayor or the town or whoever is involved in that particular project, that the kids are actually making a difference in the world around them, and they're learning, you know, math, English, science, social studies, social skills, all those things through this project, and a lot of times they don't even realize it.
Other project-based learning efforts that impacted the town of Blythewood include Where I Come From, a shadow box project depicting life in Blythewood; Dog Houses, a project where students built dog houses and made pillows to donate to the Humane Society of Columbia; and Westwood High School's Globalize 13, an effort to bring awareness to human trafficking, an effort that has impacted laws and policing in Richland County. All examples of successful project-based learning assignments.
I really like it because it builds those social skills and those skills that the kids are going to need in the real world to be able to work with different people, different days, in different ways, and to collect information and to utilize that information. And they learn what questions to ask, you know, to get the information that they need. As the year goes along, they get better and better at it.